Hey guys, here is an update on the main bearing failures in Beta 2-stroke models over 2018 and 2019. We finally have some answers from Beta, although very brief answers. But first, an overview. Quite a few viewers emailed me about main bearing failures on their RR250, RR300 and Xtrainers. A quick online search showed a few main bearing failures between 2014 and 2017. These occurred between 40 and 100 hours for no apparent reason, but in very low numbers. However, the incidents picked up dramatically in 2018 models and occurred earlier, often with less than 10 hours on the engine. Further searches and inquiries unearthed many cases for the 18 and 19 models. One Xtrainer failed in less than an hour, and several bikes even had two main bearing failures when the replacement bearings failed as well. With no communication from Beta head office or distributors, owners and often dealers had the following theories: faulty bearings, Chinese bearings, oil injection failure, faulty seals and incorrect installation. I emailed Beta head office and several distributors with the following questions. Beta USA replied promptly as follows. So what's causing all the main bearing failures? Apparently an assembly problem in the factory. Not much detail, but this would rule out all the other theories. Can owners do anything to lessen the risk? Apparently no, which makes sense if the problem occurred in the factory. There are no details on which bikes could fail. We just know that all 18 and 19 two-stroke models appear to be at risk. Beta USA says it's less than a 5% failure rate. This roughly concurs with what we have been hearing from various dealers and mechanics. A disturbing story is hearing that in some countries the warranty might not be honoured if main bearings fail after 70 hours because the manual specifies replacement then. Given that that really is for bikes under race conditions, we seriously hope no distributor or dealer thinks of trying this one. It's great to see Beta USA isn't. Given it's a known issue, will main bearing failures be fixed out of sight of warranty as well? Well, Beta USA has been. Let's hope that head office insists on this happening worldwide. Many owners suspected the cause was the oil injection system. Apparently, no. Given so many dealers and owners don't seem to be aware of the problem, will a technical bulletin be issued by head office? Well, it looks unlikely. At least in Australia, dealers are only reimbursed 4 hours labour for warranty claims, but they typically take 8 hours. In effect, dealers are paying for half the labour costs. Beta USA says it's not really our business. Beta Australia says they pay a fair rate to dealers for warranty claims. Will the problem be fixed for the 2020 models, and how? Well, apparently it has been fixed, just no details on how. I should mention that the United Kingdom distributor never replied to these questions. However, we did hear from the Australian distributor, whose replies are almost identical. Just pause to read. And a couple of months later, we did eventually get a reply from Beta head office, essentially identical answers. Again, just pause to read. So we have some answers, kind of. We don't know exactly what has been going wrong in the factory, but according to a Beta dealer who has had to fix several bikes, the races in the bearings break, the ball bearings then pack to one side and cause the bearing to lock. The locked bearing can then spin in the crank assembly and may require new engine cases. In bad cases, a new crank assembly, barrel and piston are needed as broken bits fly around the engine. Here are some cases found on social media and also reported to me. This would just be a small percentage of international cases, so it's hard to draw conclusions from. But it shows that all the two-stroke models are affected, and the failures seem to occur evenly, spread from 1 hour to 80 hours for the late model 2-strokes. Apart from regular maintenance, the only preventative strategy is listen out for weird engine noises, immediately stop the bike, hopefully before the bearing breaks apart and wreaks havoc throughout the engine. Here are some typical sounds. And finally, to put things in perspective, Beta USA's figures suggest only 1 in every 22 strokes will have a main bearing failure. It should be automatically fixed under warranty, and hopefully even a fair way outside of warranty if you haven't done something dumb like drown your bike. I personally know about 15 guys who own Betas, and only one has had his main bearing fail. The rest of us have had trouble-free riding and love these torquey engines. I have reported on the increased number of quality control issues recently on Betas, but thankfully it's usually pretty small stuff, and the dealers fix up what they get wrong at the factory. Let's hope the 2020 models are a turning point and the Italian brand can keep marching forward instead of going backwards.